Guys, I swear, it started innocently. I just wanted to know what potential characters we might gonna have in Arknight Enfield, and okay, to be fair, I was also curious why this game is basically seeing it on the gacha revenue every single month, like in the top 15. I was rather curious, but knowing that this is a tower defense game, I've never been into such a genre. To be fair, I'm not even that much into the turn-based games, obviously except some few, but something magical and really weird as fuck happened as soon as I download the game. I started reading what characters do, and after a few hours, I was hooked. Okay, let's be real, not even 15 minutes in and I was already... There are probably like 2000 reasons why I got addicted, so let me explain. When it comes to the story, I cannot tell that much because usually I'm type of person who is getting more interested into the story as soon as I am hooked by the gameplay. So afterwards, I was really enjoying the story overall. I also feel like I need to review the entire lore a little bit more thoroughly. So I'm gonna revisit some chapters and maybe making some lore reaction if you perhaps stick a little longer and subscribe. Then let's move into the gacha. There are so many characters, holy shit. Plus, I got no idea what these characters do. But to be completely honest, I'm playing this for about a month or so, and I barely touch the system. Usually, I judge the gacha system based on how much freebies we're gonna get as a free-to-play player as you playing the story and like progression forward. And I was just seeing so little currency or the premium currency for the character pool. Yeah, maybe this game is not gonna be for me. Then I discover how also you can obtain the characters. Holy shit, there are so many options. Okay, maybe like 3 or 4, but a lot of options. You got the recruitment system, which you can actually get a character every single day. Sometimes if you have enough currency resources, which you will get by doing the dailies. I was able to obtain just through this system like 20-30 characters in a single day. Maybe they're gonna suck in the future, I don't know, but yeah, I got a lot. The second of all, you got them from the shop, which to be honest, I discovered it like recently, a few days ago. Yeah, maybe I should read tutorials sometimes. But anyway, the shop, holy, that's another holy grail. And then even better, you can actually get, I believe, 2 entries for the previous events, which unlocking them and completing not even the entire event story. Guess what? You will get another free character. TLDR, I got a lot of characters and I barely touched the banner. Matter of fact, at that point, I haven't touched a single pool yet. I might gonna be glazing too much, but this Arknights, to me at least, feels like a game first, the gacha second, which in the gacha space, it's really freaking rare. Although I have to say I haven't touched the real end game, so maybe I will really like need to pull some crazy ass character in order to complete the story. But as far as I've heard, you can clear a lot of content with even 3 or 4 star characters, which is pretty crazy, I would say. Not every gacha games allow you to do that. In some gacha games, you have to keep swiping. So plus currently there is some ongoing event, some limited collaboration, so I got the first 10 pull. And I shit you not, I used my 10 pull and I literally got all the characters from the banner. So after the pull, I feel like I have to make some dedicated video to the Arknight. So yeah, so far I really like it. Hypergraph, please don't fuck me up in the future. Another thing that actually got me really interested was characters, development, and basically the entire progression through the game. I feel like that endless combination and kinda smooth farming in a way. I'll be real, it's kinda hustle to read the characters and understand what each does. Because like I said, there's too many. But like once you get used to it, you can actually experiment a lot and it's fun. Okay, I know the stage I was doing was probably really low level, but like having only tanks and like 2 casters and just like letting them to deal with the enemies, yeah, it was fun, at least to me. Also, leveling characters feels actually pretty meaningful and also like in a way satisfying, especially because you also got the base or the factory, whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna touch upon later on. But also I've noticed I have to be very careful how I'm gonna spend the resources, which this is probably the game that you have to be at least a little bit meticulous when it comes to resource management, or just don't be complete idiot and like full ape literally everything. Also, because of this system, it feels like your every like small decision matter, which is something that I genuinely like. Yes, sometimes it's really nice that you farming like for 5 minutes and like leveling up to the max like every character in like other games, but I really don't mind in here, or maybe I'm coping. Which actually leads to the base. You can create your own factory, whatever you wanna call it, to your likings, and basically choose what you're gonna farm, which characters you're gonna put it in, and like things like that. It's actually like rather unique and kind of satisfying, let's say, ecosystem within a game, which to be fair I learned the hard way that the currency LDM or LMD, I don't know how it's called, only worth to farming through the basement. And yeah, I spent a lot of sanity to farming the currency because I didn't have them yet. Rest in peace. Now I am a little bit smarter and using the factory. Coming back to the store, there is also a unique system that every single day you will get a special currency that you basically kind of forced to spend in a shop, and you will get a bunch of materials, sometimes even the characters and other characters. Yes, that's also pretty neat, I guess. The biggest surprise is probably that I'm playing this for a while, and based on the content, the amount of the content I'm seeing in the game, I can see that I'm gonna play this game for quite some time till I don't think I cannot finish it like anytime soon. There's a lot. I think the most important thing about this game, what I've noticed, like personally, maybe I'm idiot, I don't know, but this game has literally perfect flow. Let me explain. What I mean by that, when you're progressing through the story, your stages are actually getting a little bit more difficult, but not that difficult that you would literally punch the screen and uninstall the game, which, let's be real, sometime it can happen. When it comes to the design, I'm not into much like a skin, but I've seen you can actually get a lot of skins for your favorite characters, relatively like free to play, based on other currencies that you're gonna get. And yes, some art's looking actually really fine. And also some characters, when you're deploying them in a game, the voiceover it's sometimes really funny.
I won't sleep on the job.
There are way many things I would like to highlight, but I'm no expert, so I just want to highlight few. You can basically steal your friend's character and use it to your own game. If you don't have any friends, I guess rest in peace. Guys, please add me, here's my ID. I'm begging you. The music in the game slaps hard. Also, game is very satisfying if you're playing it on a bigger screen. Basically, the characters pop up even more, and like overall killing the enemies is really satisfying, especially if you happen to go on a full 3-star without stealing your friend's overpowered characters. Guys, seriously, please add me. Overall, you can collect a lot of waifus for free, or guys, there's a bunch too. Wherever your taste is, this game got you covered. Also, a lot of people are recommending just enjoying playing the game and the fuck tier list and the meta. I think this is something that I definitely gonna follow along. I don't have that many characters anyway. Well, if you got this far, maybe let me know what is your favorite operator so I can steal the ideas and like trying the different combination. The game is really fun, so I'm starting to being more interested into the lore, so we can also maybe do some content in the future. You know what? Let's finish this video with rating. A lot of people always get pissed with my really juicy take. For the gacha system, I would go for like 5 out of 10 because there is so much grind behind farming enough, basically hard pity. Some pity is carry over, some doesn't, so eventually if you want to get some characters, you need to have basically a lot of resources, which for F2P players gonna be maybe a little bit grindy, so to speak. When it comes to art and like overall character design, I'm giving 8 out of 10. I've seen some latest characters and the art style literally slaps, but also like the oldest character having a pretty nice design. Plus the transition from the art into like chibi or whatever you wanna call it, is like small creatures you're putting in the field. Like the transition into the smaller version is actually pretty well done. When it comes to the content, like overall, I'm giving 10 out of 10. There's like so much shit to do. You're not gonna be bored for a really long time. When it comes to resources, like overall, I'm giving like 6.5 out of 10 because I feel like if you are that type of person who likes to max literally everything, not gonna be happening anytime soon. But either way, it's actually really kind of satisfying when you finally grinding enough mats to ascend to your favorite waifu or husband. Or that's kind of satisfying. So the overall score based on my calculation is 7.357. But because I'm having a different priorities, I'm giving this game 8.5. Just to mention, I will never give a game 10 out of 10 because in my mind it's literally peak and nothing cannot be even improved. And hey, let's be real, nothing is perfect, but this game is kinda really close. Overall, one of the best gacha game I've ever played. TV recommend.